If you truly want to rise above 99% of people, you must be willing to do the things that 99% of people are either too afraid or too unwilling to do. But here's the interesting part. Most success advice on the internet today sounds exactly the same: set goals, wake up early, become more disciplined, eliminate distractions. Those ideas sound great, but the problem is, almost everyone is already trying to do them. When an action becomes too common, it rarely creates extraordinary results. Truly successful people are often not just harder workers, they see the world differently. They are willing to believe in ideas that most people consider strange. And more importantly, they have the persistence to turn those ideas into reality. Many people believe that success comes from having the perfect routine, waking up at 5 a.m., exercising every day, meditating for hours, or following an extremely disciplined system. But in reality, many highly successful people don't live the way the internet often describes. Some wake up late, work in chaotic environments, or even have fairly bad habits. That alone shows that great success does not come from a few surface-level productivity hacks. Things like morning routines or time management apps are simply support tools. What truly creates a difference is the ability to recognize opportunities that others overlook, think independently, and focus on decisions that have the power to completely change your life. If you want to achieve success far beyond the average person, hard work alone is not enough. You need three very important factors. First, you must have an idea that is different from the way most people think. Second, that idea must actually be correct, not just different for the sake of being different. And finally, you need the courage to take bold action based on that belief, even when nobody supports you yet. This is often the hardest part because most people give up as soon as they are doubted or criticized. Great success usually belongs to those who are willing to stay on their own path long enough to prove they were right. If you've ever had a unique idea that others rejected, try sharing your story in the comments. Many people like to believe that simply thinking differently from the crowd will automatically lead to success. But the truth is, most ideas that go against the majority can still be completely wrong. Some people believe in extremely bold ideas, yet still fail because they only wanted to be different without truly understanding the problem. What makes someone exceptional is not blindly opposing every opinion around them, but having the ability to recognize the truth before most people do. This is an incredibly difficult process because for a long time you may feel isolated, doubted, or even seen as crazy. But history has repeatedly shown that the greatest breakthroughs often begin with ideas that were once considered impossible. Many people believe that if they simply work harder than everyone else, success will eventually come. But in reality, hard work is only one part of the picture. If you spend thousands of hours moving in the wrong direction, the final result may still be completely average. What truly creates a difference is finding a breakthrough point, a decision, an idea, or an opportunity that can completely change your outcome. Sometimes, one correct choice is worth more than hundreds of days of unfocused effort. That is why so many people stay busy all day yet see very little change in their lives. Great success does not come only from doing more. It comes from understanding what is truly worth pouring your energy into. The biggest difference between extremely successful people and the average person is not that they work harder, but that they see the world differently. While most people only believe in what is already popular in the present, highly successful individuals often recognize the potential of the future years before everyone else does. Steve Jobs once believed that computers would exist in every home at a time when very few people thought that was even possible. Warren Buffett, on the other hand, made fortunes by investing in companies that most investors ignored or underestimated. They were not simply working harder than others. They were able to see value where other people saw nothing. That is why extraordinary success often begins with a different perspective, not just with ordinary effort. Many people think that successful individuals must make perfect decisions every single day. But in reality, an entire life can sometimes change because of just a few correct choices made at the right moment. One good idea, one valuable opportunity, or one bold move can create results far greater than thousands of hours of repetitive work. Even famous entrepreneurs and investors have admitted that most of their success came from only a small number of truly exceptional decisions. This shows that deep thinking is just as important as hard work. Sometimes, a single right choice can completely change the direction of your life. The internet is flooded with advice like waking up early, going to the gym, meditating, managing your time better, or building positive habits. Those things are certainly helpful, but the problem is that millions of other people are trying to do the exact same things. When everyone follows the same formula, it becomes very difficult to produce truly extraordinary results. Many people spend too much time optimizing small details while forgetting to ask the most important question: is their direction actually correct? Great success usually does not come from perfecting every tiny habit, but from discovering an idea, an opportunity, or a perspective that the majority of people have not yet recognized. That is what truly creates a gap between you and everyone else. When you begin following a path that is different from the crowd, the first thing you usually receive is not admiration, but doubt. Many people will think you are unrealistic, reckless, or simply heading in the wrong direction. This is something almost everyone who pursues extraordinary success eventually experiences. When you are doing something that others cannot yet understand, it is very difficult for them to believe in you immediately. Sometimes, even the people closest to you may criticize or laugh at your choices. But if you constantly need approval from everyone around you, it becomes almost impossible to go further than the average person. And if you've watched this far and relate to this feeling, don't forget to like the video to support the channel. To discover an idea that is both different and truly valuable, you usually have to go through many failures first. This is something most people do not want to accept. Everyone enjoys the feeling of being right, but very few are willing to face the possibility of being wrong repeatedly for years. Highly successful people are often not those who were correct from the beginning, but those who were willing to experiment, fail, and continue learning after every setback. Most bold ideas look exciting at first, but many of them eventually turn out not to work. That is why getting ahead of the crowd requires more than confidence. It also requires the ability to accept mistakes without giving up on the path you have chosen. Many people believe that becoming richer or more famous will make all of their problems disappear. But in reality, success does not change who you are. It simply amplifies what already exists inside you. If you constantly feel stressed, insecure, or lonely, success can sometimes make those emotions even stronger because the pressure and expectations become greater over time. On the other hand, if you have healthy relationships and already feel satisfied with your life, success can help you enjoy everything even more. That is why it is important not only to chase external achievements, but also to build a healthy mental and emotional state from within. Perhaps the most important question is not, how do I rise above 99% of people? But rather, why do I want that in the first place? Many people chase success simply because they want recognition, want to prove themselves, or are afraid of being left behind. But when your inner motivation is unclear, you can easily achieve everything you once dreamed of and still feel empty inside. Success only becomes truly meaningful when it is connected to something that makes your life feel more worthwhile. Some people want financial freedom, others want to take care of their families, and some want to create something valuable for the world. That is why, before you run as fast as possible, you should first take the time to understand what you are actually running for. In the end, true success does not come only from working harder than everyone else, but from clearly understanding what you are living for. Many people spend their lives chasing money, fame, or validation only to feel empty after finally achieving them. Meanwhile, there are people who may not be the richest or the most famous, yet they still feel that their lives have meaning every single day. Perhaps the most important goal is not to become better than 99% of other people, but to become a better version of yourself than you were yesterday. And maybe the moment you begin thinking differently is also the moment your life starts to change. If you enjoy topics about psychology, mindset, and personal growth like this, don't forget to follow the channel and join us for the next videos ahead.